about the miscommunication, but we do have a Q&A, and right now, let me introduce the director, Jennifer Kroot.
Thank you so much. This is amazing. This is a wonderful crowd. We heard you back there, and it's so great to be here at Sundance. Such an honor. I'm very excited to tell you there's a number of interesting people back here about to come out. First, we have the editor and co-director, Bill Weber. And producers, Gerry Kim and Mayuran Tiruchelvam. Lorenzo Thione, who is the writer and producer of Allegiance. And we have Brad Takei. We have a few minutes to take some questions. Does anyone have a question? Yes.
Director, I just want to know what the experience of filming was like. Was it like chasing kids with ball string the entire time?
Well, I'm good with cats, but a little bit. I mean, we would. I guess we would check in every so often about what they were doing, and they got pretty busy because about a year after I started working on it is when George's Facebook started, and so I thought his career had already reignited, but it turned out it kept reigniting, and so they are quite busy, and we would check in about scheduling every now and again and sort of go over which types of events, we wanted to follow them on. And Brad was, of course, very helpful in scheduling those. So very good with pre-production. So yeah, I mean, it was a little crazy, but definitely worth it, and super exciting to watch them in action, both personally and professionally when they're out at home or doing things out in the world. Yes.
I live in New York City. What are the latest developments on the Legion?
So we are actually just waiting for a Broadway theater. The show has had a great reception, and we continue to develop the show with our cast, and everybody's just waiting for a theater to be available for us to return. So we invite everybody to follow us on Facebook and whatnot to help us raise the momentum for the show, because at this point, the minute we actually get a theater, we'll open on Broadway.
George and Brad's reaction to this as far as, is this the first time you actually seen this finished product? And, I wish I was here to see how you felt about it. Tell me your general reaction as to how you felt about this thing.
Last night, Park City, first time final cut that we saw it, we were overwhelmed. We're excited. We think it's a brilliant film.
Well, it is a very heady experience to open right here in Utah. And I think the Utah audience and the Salt Lake City audience is the best in the world.
Right there.
Mr. Takei,
like to say to our governor?
Which Mr. Takei? Yes, I've been quite vocal on your dear governor. I think that, you know, when you saw it in the film, we are currently involved in a struggle that really is going to change this nation. And that change, that pivotal moment, is going to be right here in Utah. Because we have 17 states in the United States that now have equality. And just a few days ago, Oklahoma's ban on marriage equality was ruled unconstitutional. But they said that they're going to wait until how Utah is resolved. And after Oklahoma, there's going to be all the rest of the country that's going to be falling into place. Because as an American, when I pledge allegiance to the flag, I pledge allegiance to one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Up top, have a question.
There's
This is kind of along the same lines as the previous question. But how optimistic do you feel that Utah is actually going to be when it comes to marriage policy?
Well, your governor is the one that seems to feel very uncomfortable with marriage equality because 1,300 marriages occurred in a very brief time here in Utah. 2,300 citizens of Utah were overjoyed by that. And this mean-spirited governor seems to think that he can go against the law. They got lawfully married. They paid for it. And it's fact. It's something that's done. No other state that has marriage equality had a governor like this. You know, when toothpaste is squeezed out of a tube, it's out. You can't put it back in. And as for you Star Trek fans, as the board said, resistance is futile. Well, my immediate next acting gig. What?
It was Brad.
Oh, Brad!
After this weekend at Sundance, this wonderful documentary is going to live long and prosper in theaters or some other wonderful form, and I think this will be my final statement. I'll go back to the shadows and be behind the scenes.
Oh, no, he was talking to the agent last night.
Over there, the woman in the...
This question's for George. What was your process doing Allegiance, having gone through the internment camps and then revisiting that?
That is a story that's very close to me. The father in the story is very much like my father. And it was both a fulfilling and poignant and exhilarating experience. You know, what you saw were the serious moments in Allegiance. But life goes on even behind barbed wire fences. People get married, children are born, and there's a lot of joy there. And so I am so eager and anxious to get it back on. We did it in 2012 in San Diego, and we broke all box office and attendance records in the 77-year history of the Old Globe Theater, and won the Best Musical of 2012 award. And I think we're going to do that on Broadway as well. And we're pushing that man there, Lorenzo Thione.
want to say one thing, which is George sells it short. Not only he inspired myself and my co-creator Jay to start looking into this story, but so many of the stories he told us, the words he told us, he told to his father, the things that his father had told him, inspired very, very specific moments in the show. So there's a lot of George in the show, in the writing of it too.
Not there yet.
Yes?
Yes.
Just both a comment and a question. Jennifer, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, to be able to, do a documentary that's both, that's informative, entertaining, and touching, wow, fantastic. And I'm assuming that George will be performing on Broadway?
Sure.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If I can get it to tour, maybe even.
The woman in the, right here, yeah.
Obviously, you've never worn rose-colored glasses to look at life. You've faced the challenges right on. But somehow you've managed to focus on what is the good in your daily living. What do you attribute that to?
Did you all hear the question? She says, obviously, I've looked at the world through rose-colored glasses. Have not. Thank you. I'm dependent on him to hear from me. Interpret the question for me.
Why are you so positive?
Oh.
So annoyingly positive.
Well, I'm the positive and he's the negative, and we fit together very nicely. It was my father's belief that whatever adversity you feel, and particularly the adversity that we experience because of a failure of our democracy is a people's democracy, and it can be as great as the people can be, but it is, as we've discovered, as fallible as people are. And in order to make our democracy truer, a better democracy, we, the citizens, have to be actively engaged in the process of making it better. And throughout history, we've seen that situation. You're a woman. If you were born at the time of that this nation was founded, women had no rights, couldn't own property, couldn't vote, had no rights over your own children. But because determined women and fair-minded men marched and debated and challenged the inequality that we have today, 3 women that served as U.S. Secretaries of State. A woman astronaut went soaring out to space with leading male astronauts. It can happen. It may have taken a long time. And so we all, as good Americans, have to be actively engaged in the process of making this a better democracy.
To the director, do you have distribution?
We have some interest, and that's all I can say about it, but we're hopeful. We're very hopeful that it'll be coming to a theater near you soon.
You can follow us on Twitter at 2B2K to find out more about our adventures at Sundance and beyond.